Hey guys, CausticChewChew here, and today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on Camille. A guide. I need to get the hang of that. So anyway, these are her runes. Your initial rune is going to be Precision. You're going to go for Press the Attack, Overheal, Legend Alacrity, or I don't even know how to say that, Coup de Grace. And then your secondary runes are it's gonna go for Domination, Sudden Impact, and Ingenious Hunter. So Press the Attack. The importance of this rune is hitting an opponent three consecutive times makes them vulnerable to extra damage that you can do. Overheal, excess healing on you becomes a shield. Really. It really complements her passive, Camille's passive, and that's why we have that. Legend I'm just gonna say Legend. Takedowns on enemies grant permanent attack speed. The faster your attack speed later in the game, because you don't really have as many attack speed items, very, very useful. Especially if you're a more aggressive early game. Coup de Grace, you deal more damage to low health enemies. So that's just your general one. If you're going through the precision rune, you're always gonna pretty much want to get Coup de Grace over Final Strike or Last Stand. Cut down. Domination, you're gonna want the attack speed, obviously. Sudden Impact, because you can use your grapple hook, and that counts as I believe it's a dash, so it does you gain a burst of lethality and magic penetration. Ingenious Hunter, when you get takedowns, you can get up to I think 5 takedowns, because it's a different takedown each time. Grant a permanent cooldown reduction item. So, and that includes trinkets. So that's basically your Camille runes. Now let's get to the gameplay, the build, and everything else. So this is the build that you're going to want to go with. So your starter items, you're going to want to get a Doran's Blade and a health potion. A third of the way into the game, you're going to want to have a Sheen Blade, the Phage, and a refillable potion. Halfway into the game, you're going to want a Trinity Force, Tiamat, I don't even know how to say it, a longsword, and of course your refillable potion. 2/3 of the way into the game, you're going to want your Trinity Force, your Ravenous Hydra, your Merc Treads, your Spectre's Cowl, and a Ruby Crystal. And the end of the game, you're going to want a Trinity Force, Ravenous Hydra, Mercury Treads, Spirit Visage, Dead Man's Plate, and Guardian Angel. You could see like there's almost like a little skip here, because this builds up into this. That means you still got 2 items left between the 2/3 of the game and end game items. That's because Camille does snowball just a little bit, and at the end of the game you'll be destroying people, so you'll get your extra last 5,000, 6,000 or so money at the very end. So yeah, that's the build. Now let's get on to the combos and the skill set. Okay, you guys, now that we've gone over the runes, I'm going to go over all of your different skills. So your first skill is your passive, and it's called Adaptive Defense. When you strike an enemy champion after waiting 15 seconds or whatever the cooldown is, you gain a shield, and that's what the other shield was used for. Her passive is just really synergizes well with it. And then, her Q, what it does is when you press Q, the first shot does tons of physical damage, and then the second shot does tons of true damage, shredding through their armor. Shoot. And then your W is a tactical sweep, and what it does is when you activate it, you jump up in the air, becoming intargetable, and then after you I think they oh yeah, so it does 100 damage plus a certain amount, however many times you level it up. Physical damage, but it also slows them down 80% of what their speed is. So it really slows them down. Really good for continuing to just assault them. And yeah, so that's the W. There's some other aspects that I'm not including, but that's pretty much it. That's the sum of it all. Hook shot, what it does is when you press E and click onto a wall, it teleports you to there, and then when you can point your mouse this way or whichever way you want to, and you'll continue your dive that way. Really good for either escaping champions or going in to finish off the kill, that kind of a thing. So yeah, her E, awesome. And then finally, her ultimate is the Heztech Ultimatum. When you activate it on somebody, they're not allowed to go outside of the arena walls that you build. They've got ties to the middle, and you just get all other enemies are knocked away, and they can't attack you. They have to come right back in to attack you. And yeah, you do that final little bit of damage, and you screw up the enemy team. So yeah, those are all of your different abilities. Now let's get to the combos. So we're going to get into the combos now. So what you're going to want to do, first you're going to want to level up with your W first, then you're going to want to get your Q, then you're going to want to get your E, but you're going to want to level your E up to 3 to level 3 first, because then it gives you the right amount of length, the right amount of cooldown, all the necessary elements that you need, and then you're going to basically switch off. You're going to go Q, W, Q, W, and then whenever you can, you're going to want to upgrade your ult. So your first combo that you can do is by pressing E. I'm going to wait until he gets out. Feels confident enough. You press E to go against a wall. Stun, and then 2 Qs, and then you get him pretty low. And this works extremely well with tanks because Camille is pure true damage, and it can shred through any armor. Hopefully I survive. Nope. Okay. Well, I did level up and I killed him, and I've got 3 kills and he's got 1 kill and like 2 deaths or something like that. So, yeah. And that's your first combo. Your second combo is when instead of just pressing E and then W and then Q, what's going to happen is you're going to press E, then W, you're going to press R, which is your ultimate, so you can lock them in a certain place, and then you just continue destroying them with your Q. Because your Q basically provides your bonus physical damage and your true damage. And that's what's going to do the most amount of damage to them. So, yeah, those are the 2 combos that I have for you guys, and we're going to move on to the build that you guys are going to want to go for, and then after that we're going to move on to after the build you guys are going to want to go for I'm going to teach you guys, yeah, actually no, just the build. That's it. So cool. Let's get to I'm going to show you guys a few more replays, and then yeah, we'll get to the build for you guys.